Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Maybe it's morning. Welcome in to the replay viewers. We are live heading into Catalina Foothills, the foothills of Tucson, out to Nancy Guthrie's house. We are going to check the scene. We have some locations of some construction sites that have been coming up. Obviously, those are right around Nancy's. There's some people building a brand new house. Hit the like button, hit the like. Thank you. Shout out to JLR. I was on the show this morning. We were chatting about a lot of different speculation that's going on different topics, such as Sheriff Nanos, the silence. And we talked about, you know, we need a throw us a bone. We need something that the public can maybe get a clue of what's going on. Share out the stream. I have the Starlink is activated. We are Starlinked up. Thank you to all of the supporters, everyone who this morning threw in a couple extra week. There's more supplies. As I'm learning, and you guys are a part of this journey, I'm learning from people like JLR, DGL, all the people out here that been streaming. Mark, I'm hoping to get some tips from him today from the Starlink, but we still hope, number one, like I say, is if we can find the suspect, we can find where Nancy is. As much as we want to go search for her, these people passionate to go and search in the middle of this heat wave that we're unusual heat wave. It's, I mean, I just got a text from Nick RPG on YouTube. He's out here searching right now, and he said I had to, you know, in the text, I have to go to home and just cool off. That's how hot it is when it gets, I mean, people say, oh, I can do it, and anyone can do it, but it's, you know, out here in Arizona, the sun, I hate to say, the sun kills. So if you're out in it too long, it is not good for your skin. You can have sunscreen and everything like that, but it's really good to just do it in moderation when it is like this. So, you know, the early mornings is when you see all the people doing their hikes. Nancy, I'm sure when she was actually, I know for a fact, one of the neighbors said Nancy used to go walk her dogs when she was more mobile. So, you know, people do that, but you don't do it, you don't go sit out when it's 100 degrees on a blacktop asphalt. It's just, people will, and it's up to everybody's choice, but I don't know if we're gonna go just sit on the blacktop today. But we are heading out there. We're gonna do some driving around. I might have to take that trip to Best Buy, because even though we do have the Starlink activated, there are things I need to buy. Adapter is one of them. I should have thought about that yesterday, but it was a busy day, and I didn't think about getting the adapter at Best Buy, so I need to get an adapter. Also want to get one of those portable battery chargers. If you were on with JLR and me today, we were talking about, he has this battery charger, power station, I should say. So thank you everybody for tuning in. We are heading out. I have something to play for you, about a 11 or 12 minute video from, or a sound bite from Megan Kelly. And everybody subscribe to her channel. She has been coming out with reports every day. I do have my phone. If JLR, you know, does want to talk, I let him know I'm live here too, so I could go on to JLR, and if he has any new information, we've been saying just send me an address. I'm there. I'm boots on the ground with all the others. We have others. Mark the Shark, DGL, I talked to him. He's coming out here. John DePietro's on the ground. I mean, we have Alex, the Arizona Searcher. Now I am gonna play this. I'm gonna play this right now, and this is the one for Megan Kelly. As we, there's a sheriff kind of right there going real fast, so I was wondering where he was dipping off to. If you guys were watching the stream last night, on my way home, there was breaking news shooting that happened at Park Place Mall. You can watch the end of that, but we were basically there right after it happened. They were clearing out, and still no word on arrests. Still no words on an arrest. I'm sure there will be. My prediction is there will be an arrest just because of all the surveillance. And that makes a good point. In the mall, you got to think about all of the different surveillance that's in a mall. Parking lots, as they're walking in the food courts, every single. So think about how many cameras are in a mall. And then think about how many cameras that are around Nancy's house. $1 million homes. You know, maybe even some of these people are, you know, have the protection at their house. They've done everything. They're paying hundreds of dollars for security for their house. And then what happens is they feel, hey, I'm doing this. I got security guy. I got cameras. Some of them have weapons, whatever it may be. And then something like this happens to a neighbor. So imagine you live in Nancy's neighborhood, and this happens to Nancy, and you're just shocked, saddened. And then you find out that the perp, there is no surveillance footage of this perp anywhere to be found after he leaves your neighbor's house, or you're in your neighborhood, say it's down the street, whatever it is. They can't find. How safe does that feel? So how are as much as the neighbors, I get their frustration with the media. A lot of people, you know, they're frustrated with media when you know, it's just part of human character. But where's the camaraderie to understand the reality, the common sense that they don't have even proper surveillance in a lot of these communities? And maybe all these communities could be having, you know, community meetings. How are we gonna, well, if you guys installed more cameras, I hate to say it, license plate reads, that's easy, but cameras don't lie, guys. Cameras do not lie. And so basically, if you did have pressure on the local elected to install cameras, more cameras, if we would have a photo, so when the perps leave Nancy's house, we would have a photo. Welcome in. Hope everyone's feeling good today. Got a little bit of a late start with last night, but it was good to see JLR is back on the ground. He's taking calls. He's in the video. People are on the video. It's good to get this flow back. He's getting, you know, information as far as what people's theories are, and we're here on the ground, trying to stay cool, trying to keep the phone cool. I'm gonna pull this Megan Kelly clip up because I think it's one of the better ones as far as discussing different theories. So all right, we're gonna play this. Shout out Megan Kelly.
like these South American criminals who were breaking into homes. So we went and pulled what you were talking about.
Hello, Lisa. How's the sound, guys?
You've got me. Now that I see
everything's activated.
Guys, I totally
just need to get a
Will,
power.
We gotta look at this. We pulled video of what James is talking about. We have a few different episodes. Here's one. This is in, hold on a second.
We are Starlinked up.
Which is San Diego. Okay. For the listening audience,
just need to run to Best Buy.
They look a lot like our perp. They have a hoodie sweatshirt on. They have black masks. They have gloves. They are pretty much covered head to toe. They're really not wanting to be recognized. Potentially.
Thank you for that, Super. I missed to it.
There's another guy.
Lorraine.
He's got like a, it looks like a balaclava that you'd wear skiing over your head. You can only see the guy's eyes. Now here's another group sneaking onto somebody's back porch. There's 3 or 4 of them in each of these videos, except, yeah, there's like, they're together. Now here, this guy, look, the backpack, the face covering, and there's another one we're going to show. But I'm going to start with you on it, Will, because it's not your theory, but look at this guy. This is in Tennessee. Yeah. He's got the backpack. He's got the reflective thing on the front of the backpack, or a light, I can't tell which. And this almost looks like the actual guy who broke into Nancy's. So your thoughts on it, Will?
Okay, so my initial thoughts, and James and I, we've discussed this at some length, and I think we're going to continue to argue the toss on this one. My gut feeling is it isn't a B&E. There are several reasons being is the value of the contents of the house, and secondly, the actual disappearance of Nancy's body itself, a person. It's vanished. And without wishing us out flippant, in terms of the outfits that these individuals are wearing, it looks like a standard day in London, if I'm actually honest with you. We get a lot of people walking around dressed like this. So it's really about the fact that the disappearance of Nancy, which sort of conflicts me to fully buying into the B&E theory.
You're on the FITS program of victimology is where you start. Like, look at the victim. What happened to her? Who would have a motive to hurt her? And that's how you solve the crime, as opposed to
and why remove her and why take her away from the property.
Yeah, go ahead, James.
Good question.
Well, I was going to ask Susanna.
That's kind of one of the main things to discuss is why would they want to take Nancy's body? If everyone wants to put in their theory of if their theory is burglary gone wrong and they took the body. If it's a theory of they targeted Nancy because of whatever reason and they took the body. What would be the reason of them taking the body? It's confusing for a lot of people. I think that's one of the main thing puzzling about Nancy Guthrie abduction is why.
Not having a DNA match so far, and they might have one. Again, they're keeping this very close to the vest, what they do have, what they don't have. But if you came in here on a tourist visa, you flew in from another country, and you came in through port of entry, we're not going to have your DNA. If you haven't been arrested in the U.S., we're not going to have your fingerprints. So all this DNA, if they're coming up blank, again, to me, that might point toward this theory of, it was a transnational criminal group, and that's why we're not getting any DNA hits. As far as the body, I'm with Will, I wrestle on that a lot, but I also know that, these guys aren't stupid, and it's very difficult for you as an American to understand, how little human life can be valued. If you're from another part of the world where, and I've been there, so as Will, human life doesn't mean as much. And, take her, why? Because there's evidence on her, just as Susanna pointed out, there's trace DNA evidence all over her body. So they took her. That could be a theory that would explain, why they did take the body. But again, it is a theory, but a lot of things seem to, be added up.
Well, here's the other thing that's interesting about the theory. Jennifer Coffindaffer, she's former FBI, and she's a commentator, frequent on News Nation and on X. And she was pointing out, she's a retired FBI special agent, that an FBI spokesperson has said, they said last month, that they're posting billboards in cities throughout Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, and California with pictures of Nancy. call 1-800-CALL FBI. Now, you could just say those are the states around Arizona and their surrounding states, or you could draw conclusions from this. And here is what she...
Now here, when they talk about where all the billboards are, they're only on the freeways, right? Because those are those automatic ones that they basically can do automatically by computer. So basically somebody at an office can turn on the automated one, but they don't have those automated ones in the city. So I get they want to put up billboards and everything, but if they don't have them in the areas, I mean, unless somebody's on the freeway, there's no billboards anywhere else. So we are checking here. I'm gonna see where everybody's at. Hope everyone's having a good day. Shout out to all of the streamers that have been really coming together, helping each other. All the community stepped up. Now let me update real quick on the Starlink. I have it, everything's set up, we're activated, we are Starlinked up. I do need to get the adapter, cigarette lighter adapter. Hello, to get the Starlink going. So for a little bit, this is like the last, on a road trip, the last 5 minutes. We're gonna go into Nancy's. We might hit a little buffering, right? And then after that, I'm gonna head down to Best Buy to pick up the adapter that we'll need. I know Best Buy would have the power bank too, so I'll see if they have a good deal on one of those. We're not gonna get the big one just yet. We're just gonna get one of these handheld. Welcome in, Spencer, New York. Thank you to all the mods in the chat. Welcome in, Christina, Jeff. So I'm gonna put on JLR here as well. See, I know he's been having some great calls, some people calling back. So I suggest anyone go over to JLR, get that link to the StreamYard. Welcome in. Good afternoon. Good evening to some people, and some people are tuning in from Scotland. I know Australia. So who knows what time it is. But so that is the plan, just here for the next hour or two. We're gonna go by Nancy's. It's gonna be buffering, so be patient. And then we're gonna cruise down, which isn't too far, to the Best Buy, pick it up. I'm checking my phone. If you guys have anything that you see come through on the X, Mark is at Nancy's. Perfect, thank you. So I need to do one thing real quick, and I'm gonna let you guys hang out while I do that. I gotta run into this Starbucks and fill my ice cup. 9 p.m. in Wales, see? So it is almost midnight, a couple hours over there. I'm gonna grab some ice and I will be right back. We are iced up, ready to go. We're gonna play this rest of this Megan Kelly as we go in. All right, we're going to just checking the messages, seeing if I got any new texts. Nothing yet, nothing yet. So one thing we could do while this heat is up, and once we get the Starlink set up, we could possibly do all the different runs out of the house. I know we've done it, but we could do them back to back. So we could start with one area and say, okay, if the perps, whichever it is, went this way, and then people can clip out each way, because I think a lot of people don't understand, including me, how many different, I mean, if I looked at a map, I could tell you, but how many different ways could the suspects get out of this neighborhood? Maybe somebody in the chat knows that. You can pull up the map and maybe look how many different routes. If somebody wanted to spend a little extra time, if you could prepare. I know there's a map that Annie sent out, I guess. I don't know about, I'm not talking that map, I'm talking around Nancy's. If the perp went this way, how could he get out and get into the, main streets? If he went this other way, how could he get out? So if there's anyone maybe has some map, pull up Google Maps and just count how many. John was on earlier. He goes on a little bit earlier, and then he comes back and he does like an afternoon hit too. So we are going in the neighborhood. If everyone can alert anyone, if it buffers, I will be back. This is the last 5 minutes of the buffering zone, because we're going to after. We have Starlink. Thank you, JLR and the Army. Helping. I do have another channel that 857 Media. I think it's almost to 1,000 followers. I talked to DGL and he said he will be out here by Saturday. All right, everybody, that's how hot it is. That's literally how hot it is. We're gonna be in listening mode right now, so just chat it up in the chat. But that's how hot it is. I literally just, I'm trying to keep it in the shade in the car, and it's not happening. So it's unfortunate when it gets this hot, but we are working through it. We're gonna get some the phone cooling thing, that kind of thing. See if I can do that. That might do better. So the phone overheating. We are back. I just got a little bit of a shade thing. I'm gonna put the visor kind of over it. Cooled it off. Are we back? A body was found in Tucson at an apartment. Someone says, yeah, there's been so many incidents in Tucson. If you guys just go look at Tucson News, the last shootings in 6 days. I don't know how many people total, but there was a triple shooting. There was a double shooting last night. And I didn't know if Mark the Shark, maybe we will stay out. If he's got the shade tent, let me talk to him. I'm gonna keep it on the stand just for a minute. The three amigos are here on the ground. Don DePietro's over there. The three amigos. So shout out to all the chat come in. We're gonna be live for quite a bit of hours here from now on. Be right back. Three amigos. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna run down here to, I gotta check. We actually are gonna hit up Harbor Freight for one of these Predator things. I don't know if it's gonna be charged, but let's see where this is. No, the sheriff has not been let go, but there is the recall that is going on. Thank you for joining, Wendy. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I think Mark just got his food. Welcome. All right. Right now we're going to get a power bank.
Starting route to Harbor Freight. Head south on North Campbell Avenue.
We're going to Harbor Freight. Shout out to Harbor Freight, having a good deal, I guess. That's where Mark got his power thing. We were at Nancy's. The phone's overheating. It's buffering. It's 100 degrees out there. I mean, you can stand out there with some cooling devices, and the neighbors are giving, you know, yesterday I think I got 2 middle fingers. I don't know how many. It's just, I don't know. I guess people want to sit out there, and I'll go back out there, but I am going to do a poll, possibly doing trips around the neighborhood with the Starlink, and we'll just drive around the neighborhood. But to sit out there
turn right.
in the hottest time of the day, I could see going out there in the evening, but right now it's not there's not a lot of shade out there either, even with the tent. If we did, but I have no problem doing it, and we have everything to go set up, but it would be nice to do some of those routes. I'm kind of curious. In my head, I'm trying to think of, okay, how many routes out of Nancy's neighborhood would the suspect have taken or could have taken? So I know of, you know,
turn left onto North
2 or 3, but I know that there's probably a couple more on the backside.
What the heck is going on here? Selling hot dogs, I think. Hot dog stand.
Nothing's really happening. That's kind of what's been frustrating, is there's no new things happening. We're trying to, you know, stay patient. Another week passes by, and now the controversy with the sheriff being recalled, so he definitely is gonna probably not talk. It's a sad case for Nancy. I think they're letting her down, letting the family down, and number 2 behind letting Nancy down, they're letting down the community. Hello, welcome in. Come on in. All the new people to the channel, keeping the unity going between all the streamers. I know some people want to create the drama. We don't have it. We're no drama. We're here to get the word out. Keep the hold the officials accountable to the public. I'm pretty sure that's what our taxpayers go for. They pay for those kinds of things, to pay for government services. Police, fire, sheriff.
Stay in the left lane.
And they hide behind, you know, it's an investigation open, 47, 48 days into it. It's starting to look like it's a controlled silence now. Not even one press conference. There's no, the information officer from the sheriff is not, I haven't seen any new statements from whoever that is. We don't even know the person's name. Not one statement that I could see as far as Mayor Romero letting the community know she knows that this is going on and that, you know, crime is a big issue. She wants to point fingers at everybody else. We are almost to Harbor Freight.
At the next light, turn left.
We're gonna grab the power bank. We could take a couple drives out to some little small towns outside of Oro Valley.
At the light, use the second lane from left to turn left onto North Oracle Road.
We could do a live drive around the city, so we will ask the chat in a bit what we want to do. If we want to go drive Nancy's roads, we can do that. Get somewhere shady, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty much the mission. Whoever said that, let me see. Hillbilly girl, thank you. That's exactly it. I feel sorry for these people that they you know, a lot of them have mental illness, suffering from addiction, and they're out here 24/7. 24/7. Some of them are addicted, some of them who knows what's going on, and the city just literally ignores them. If they don't accept help, it's like, oh well, you can just stay out here, and this guy over here is over here suffering, having trouble walking.
In a quarter mile, turn
Oh,
right
we'll
into
just
the
let them live on the street. It's 100 degrees, no problem. Sad. And then people say, oh, well, it's their choice. It's their choice. They can live on the street if they want. Well, it is their choice. But a lot of them don't even have, they're suffering from mental illness. So they're not
Turn
making,
right into the parking lot.
they're not making sound decisions. I'm not being mean, I'm just being honest. So they go, oh, well, they didn't ask for help. And as the person walks away with an open wound,
You've entered the parking lot for your
it's a
destination.
sad case. So, you know, that's why I advocate, you know, for, I mean, look at right here next to us. This is a crazy guy right here. There's a crazy guy. He's looking at me. I'm literally trying to get away fast because he just saw me. We're going to go see him. You can see him. But this is how it's like, guys. You got crazy guys wherever you go. I'm trying to go to Harbor Freight right now. And there's a crazy guy right over here kicking air. He's literally kicking air. Here he comes. As soon as these cars move, you'll see. Crazy guy. Look at this. This is what it's like to go to Harbor Freight right now. I'm supposed to go to Harbor Freight, and we got crazy guy right here. We got crazy guy. Now he just said, I can't even go to the store today, guys. I'm gonna have to wait. He literally threw his hands up. This is ridiculous. No, he's not gonna get me, but he's sitting there right by the door, and he's not in his right mind. I'm not saying I couldn't go out there and walk in and be, you know, and have to deal with him, because he's gonna definitely stare me down. Whoever's walking over there, he's gonna stare him down. And I'm just gonna wait it out, and I'll see if he's still over there in a minute. But this is what, imagine right now you're and I'm just showing you. I could walk in there and be like, hey, and risk something happening or not, whatever. I know, don't just ignore him. I'm giving you guys a point. I literally was just and I look over and there's a guy, he's got his shirt, he's throwing his shirt off, he's kicking air. I mean, it was immediately shocking. And then I get over and now he's crouched over, right over us, sitting in the shade, trying to keep cool like all of us. But as I'm driving away, he threw his hands up, whatever he did. This is how it is wherever you go in Tucson. You're gonna run into people that are just not in their right mind. And I get every city has this shit. Every city does. So I'm not saying Tucson, but it is a crisis here in Tucson, everybody. It's everywhere, and that's the thing. There's even worse places. You watch that channel, Kensington in Philadelphia. You go down to the LA. What does LA have? You know, so this is what happens is some of these criminal groups employ these guys to... I am back, I am back. Alright, sorry about that. So we're gonna drive around and see if the guy is still there. It is a difference. I do have a camera, right, that people can see. So he might have been annoyed. Are we back? How about you get banned for your, let's see, I'll give you 24 hours. A lot of people, as I was gonna say, don't want to be on film, and of course this crackhead didn't want to be on film, and so he probably saw my camera, guys. So all you guys want to be, well, now I'm a target because he knows I just got him on film. Well, who knows? He's probably checking doors out here. He's probably doing whatever. So, you know, now he knows he's on camera. But I am gonna go in here and get the charger. It looks like I found a nice shady spot, guys. So we are going to, you guys will be watching the car for me. Be right back. Yeah, I think I'll take the phone. I'll just have to put you guys on mute and stuff, and it might, I pay on my Apple Pay, it's on this phone, so I will take you guys with me. But when we're in there, I'm gonna have to just close out for a minute. It won't go off stream, but it will close out while I pay for everything. All right, we are going to Harbor Freight. Make sure we lock the door. Oh, look at that. Security. They got security. They got their own security here. That's what you got to do for your shops now. That's what you got to do. All right, thank you. Looks like this might be over here. I'm gonna ask the guy where they're at so we're not walking around here. I might have to mute it because of the music. Yeah, one of those Predator power things. Someone told me the Harbor Freight Predator.
Power thing.
Like power banks.
Oh, the power supplies.
Yeah, there we go. Power. You know what I'm talking about.
Any questions I can answer for you?
Guess just one of these.
Our store on Ina and Thornydale may have more.
Okay.
That's the closest store to us.
Not too far, huh?
No, it's about 6 miles, 7 miles.
Do you know if they have it? Like, because you guys are low on stock, obviously. You think they have it, or?
Yeah, they're showing they've got it on.
Okay, perfect. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, we got to head to the other Harbor Freight. I don't know if you guys heard that, but they did have a system, but the system was like an open box. He said if it stopped working on day 6, that we wouldn't be able to even return it or anything like that. So it's actually not that far away. So we're gonna head over there. We're gonna head over there now. What's up, Sandy? Okay, if we're back, I'm gonna do a quick update of what happened. They only had one unit, and it was an open box special, which didn't have a return. I just saw someone put a super sticker. Thank you to Joan Moody. Appreciate that, Joan. So the open box after day 5, you can't return it if anything goes wrong, versus the regular warranty. So we're gonna just cruise over here to this other Harbor Freight. They have plenty in stock. No worries, no stresses. Welcome in, Robert. If you guys get any breaking news on the Nancy Guthrie case, you can add it real quick to our Discord, and if I don't see it, there's about 5 or 10, 20 people that will. Let's hope nobody's on timeout. I seriously do not like putting people on timeout. I know the mods don't either. It's just annoying. So that's why we just hope over time we'll have to deal with it less, and people just know. But here we are. We're gonna go to the other Harbor Freight now, just because. Let me update you guys. I went in there. The unit was an open box unit and it only had a 5-day warranty. So we can cruise over here to the other location and get a warranty, whatever, the full warranty. This one, if something happened to it in day 6, you're out of your money, literally. So apologize, was having to keep moving. See how far this one is. It's 15 minutes away, so here we go. But everyone shout out in the chat where you are signing in from. Hit the like button. I haven't shared it out on X. I'm trying to get in the routine of sharing it to the different social medias, but haven't done that. So if you guys want to do that, feel free.
Starting route to Harbor Freight. Proceed to North Oracle Road, then turn right. Turn right onto North Oracle Road, then turn right.
We will have flyers tomorrow. I got a couple different designs I'm having a couple people sent me, so we will do that.
At the light, turn right onto West Prince Road.
Thank you, BJ Root. Do you have Venmo, PayPal? Thank you so much. I don't have Venmo set up under my business. I gotta change that, so that's on the list. I got a checklist of things that I'm trying to get going. The t-shirts has been something. That's why I was working on some things like that this morning.
In about 2 miles, turn
But
right
you guys are in
onto Casa Grande Highway.
the beta version of 857. The beta version. Can only get better from here. Starlink Mini. We are Starlinked up, power banked up, almost. Check my text, see if anyone's texting.
In 1 mile, turn right onto North Casa Grande Highway.
We are heading to Harbor Freight, guys. Anyone new coming in? But let me know what you, after 48 days, I know everybody types little comments, maybe write out a longer, maybe like a one or two sentence, short sentence of what your final theory. If this was something we go, okay, Everybody, we need your final theory, right? Because everyone's saying it's this, it could be that. What is your final theory? Of course, it's all speculation. We're all just opinions, views. Everyone has a right to say this is what I think it is without being attacked. But say it respectful, obviously. But let me know. Actually, let the chat know, because I will miss some of them. But it's good for people to maybe get it off their chest. They're sitting home, all the different conversations they hear. So what's your number one top theory that you think the FBI and Sheriff Nanos
Go past this light, then at the next one,
are
turn
working
right.
on? Take your time. I know, I mean, there's no hurry. You don't have to get, but, you know, maybe listen to a couple other people and then but the next 15 minutes, maybe just put in some, enlighten us with what you're thinking might be the theory of what you think. Maybe read a couple and then put yours in. You know, it's not a rush who can get it in first. Maybe copy and paste it. So if you want to put it in like right now and then put it one more time, but no more than 2, because you don't want people to miss it. Chats sometimes go fast, so copy and paste it, so then you can paste it one more time. You can reaffirm so people see, oh yeah, I remember you. So just keep it flowing.
8 miles. Take exit 248 toward Eno Road.
Flow like a river. We are on the highway. Rare to get on a highway in Tucson. The highways are great because you just go, no potholes. Tucson has a lot of potholes, so it's always nice to get on this highway and you need to go somewhere. But yeah, maybe the copy paste. So don't post it like spam the chat, but just put it in maybe once and then do it in like another couple minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you feel. But this is what I worry about is all these homeless out here, like we saw that guy. Well, there's true homeless out here down on their luck. Maybe they're not on drugs, but they might have a mental health condition going on. Maybe they have a dog and they can't take it into the shelter. Whatever reason, they're sitting there on the street. And they're actually more likely to get assaulted by other homeless out there. Because they're out there sober, they probably have more stuff. They might even have a food card, right? A food card. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, last year I did a story with James Brown, amazing poet. He was stabbed for his food stamp car right off of 22nd. And then 3 days later, he was out on the street. He had staples in his stomach still. And I pull up and I just said, hey, you know, I was going to give him some money or something, I think. And I said, and then we started talking. I sat down, and you guys can go to Instagram. You'll see him, James Brown. I did an interview with him. I think it's on YouTube as well. I'll have to find out, but I'll post it if it's not. And they literally were on the city bus with him, followed him, stabbed him for his food card. Thank you. I can't see that while I'm driving, but I appreciate it. I'm gonna look right here. We're almost getting off the freeway, but I can't even see the name. Thank you.
In 2 miles, take exit 248 toward Ena Road.
Hope everyone's having a good day or night. Everybody new, hit the like button, share it out. We are getting off on Ina. We are heading to Harbor Freight hardware store to get a power supply. I guess is the power bank, power supply to power
Use the
up
right 2 lanes
the
to take
Starlink.
exit 248 toward Ena Road. Take the exit. Use the right 2 lanes to turn onto West Ina Road. Turn right.
Power station. Okay, power station. If you don't have sound, I think if you go in and go out, it might come back. But I haven't seen anybody but one person say no sound.
In about 1 mile, make a U-turn.
All right.
Welcome in, Tim. We're not too far from Nancy's either. Once we go down Ina, we can just take Ina to Campbell, and we're pretty close there.
Go past this intersection, then use the left lane to make a U-turn.
Make a U-turn.
Use the left lane to make a U-turn, then turn right into the parking lot.
It's a popular intersection. Tucson.
parking lot. You've entered the parking lot for your destination.
See, that's what I want to get right there. One of those like cross-country motorhomes. The Mercedes one's nice, but it's they're pricey. Are you guys motorhome people? Are you hotel people? Tent. That was I was gonna say. Hotel, motorhome, or tent people. Hotel. I like hotels. I can do a tent if it's like on a lake, right? That's what I can do a tent for a day or two. I did it not too long ago. It's good to get out into nature, but I like to go far drives. Cross-country drives, that kind of thing. So we're gonna walk into Harbor Freight. We will have the power up. Thank you, Ray. Let's see who's that. Michael. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for the Cash App. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. See if we can find them. They usually are up front, I think. There it is. Oh, there's one left.
Did you have a question?
Bye.
Okay.
Purchase.
Sorry.
No hurry.
Just that right here. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna sign off just for a minute while I pay for this, so it will go dark for a minute. Over to him.
Evan, this gentleman's gonna buy this power station.
Thank you, Jeff.
How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good.
You receiving receipt promotions on the phone number?
We are back. We do have it. Thank you, everybody. We are here. We have it. It's official. So, thank you. We are moving on up. We're moving on up. One day at a time. Thank you all for your patience. One day at a time, we're checking the boxes, being on the ground for when the media leaves, the stories. Moving on up. We are power stationed up. We are Starlinked up. Keep the receipt. I got the receipt. Thank you, whoever said that. We got it. Tenting till I die. See, and that's the thing, that is fun to go out and do the tent. Anything to get out of everyday life, right? And do a vacation, even if it's on a hotel, a tent, a cruise on a ship. We're not just built to sit in the house all day, so I hope to everyone, including myself, that you guys can plan, even if it's a one-night getaway. Do it for yourself, do it for your family. Might take time to save it, but with the world as crazy as it is, sometimes you just gotta get away. If you can even rent motorhomes and stuff. Get one of these cool motorhomes, Compass, all-wheel drive. I mean, that thing is comfy. Or you can go out in the tent, get the hotel, the resort. Even if it's in town. A lot of people, what do they call them? Staycation. Do a staycation. Just cooling the phone off for a sec. Look at this guy's cool bumper stickers. He's got one. Look at those bumper stickers. One says get over it. Another one says FAFO. Where's Alex? He might be working. He might be working. I know he was up late streaming. When I went to bed, I was gonna go into his chat room, but I was up so late I just didn't have it in me. But I think he was streaming pretty late, so maybe he's doing the later shift, or I don't know if he's gonna go. Wow, that was crazy. Guy just totally cut me off. No, Alex is not with Mark. Did the boys survive? That they haven't even told us yet that I know of. That's the thing about the news here is they come out with a story and then they might update it, but it might take a day or two. And it's a controlled between the TPD and the media. But I don't think it's going to be a problem finding this suspect. From last night, there was a mall shooting. If you guys watch on the end of my video, I was on the way home. This came through the scanner. There was a fight. There's actually a video of it, of the fight. I think I shared it on my Facebook, actually. Somebody from What's Up Tucson, shout out What's Up Tucson, posted it. And it was a fight between two two younger kids, high school age kids, fight. Somebody broke out a gun and two people were shot. Where is Dolly? I don't know where Dolly is. I called him on the way out, and I haven't heard back. I talked to him this morning. I said I'd give you a text when I head out, but I haven't heard back. Shout out Dolly. We are going back to Nancy's. Guess we'll set up shop there for a little bit. Sleeping, yeah, it's that heat will get to you out here. Holy moly. Accident we just passed. Head-on collision. Looked like it was just about cleaned up, but there was still one car left. Prayers to them. Yeah, hopefully we're doing the John dinner thing. We are doing the John dinner. John DePietro is taking us out. Oops. Sorry about that. Holy moly. Guess that's what's different between live streams and watching a recorded video is it's live action. Phones go flying. That's the first time that's happened in a couple days, so we're doing good. One time every 3 days. I call that a win. What I might try to do, see how I can do this. Might try to pull it over real quick, open the power station. He did say it should have some charge, so it should be enough to get through the day. And then power up the Starlink. Power up the Starlink and try to get into the community. really like driving up here in the foothills because the roads, not all of them, but the roads are a lot better than the city. No potholes. In the city, it is so bad. Some of these potholes. Up here in where the wealthier people live, they take care of the roads better. Up here in Oro Valley, we're in Oro Valley, so they have their own council, their own mayor, their own police department. This is actually generally a safer place. They don't let stuff get out of hand like they do in Tucson. They don't let criminal organizations take over apartment complexes. They enforce actually traffic laws, even though no one likes getting pulled over, but they do enforce them up here. And in Tucson, they stopped actually literally, I mean, they pull over people, but I would say compared to what it needs to, so people drive like crap. Lots of accidents happen, pedestrians, because they're speeding. There's no one's really enforcing the laws on the streets. And I'm not trying to be a stickler. I know everybody drives how they drive, but it's definitely more strict up here in Oro Valley, where you're going to see more of the wealthy people, because I don't know, for whatever reason they won't allow it. But Tucson, a lot of the residents just call it normal. This is normal. So they actually put up with it. And then they vote the same way, even though it's not working in Tucson. That's why I really hope if we can get a suspect, more photos. I mean, we have the video, the photo from the front porch, but if we could get more video. They were talking about just last week, we have more video. We're looking at more from the back. We're seeing about the Nest Cam. So I'm just hoping that we don't hit the 60-day point and we're still at the same. I wonder where John wants to go out to dinner tonight. I didn't even hear, so we're gonna do that dinner. John is an early dinner guy, so we're gonna do that a little early. But shout out John DePietro show. I saw the start. She says, I love Oro Valley. I could go running at night. Oro Valley PD. I missed it, but yeah, the whole summary of that sounds like what I feel as well. Oro Valley is peaceful. It's beautiful. I mean, the people, you know, maybe a little more snooty in a sense that, you know, they want a safe neighborhood. I get it. They don't want to be invaded by crime. But that's what's kind of eerie about this situation at Nancy's, is this happened and I don't see any more preventative things that Oro Valley is doing to install more cameras. There should be cameras. I mean, there should be cameras everywhere on these main streets. Not to
not to sit here and try to get everybody in trouble. They're not going to be speed cameras. They're just cameras if, you know, someone gets kidnapped. Maybe there's someone who robbed something and now you can go to your cameras. How do we not have a damn picture of a vehicle leaving? And not from the public. I mean, it's not the public's responsibility to keep our streets safe. Why isn't there a push right now to put more cameras on these streets? They're acting like they're just moving on, like, oh, well, here we go, we'll just move on like it's another day. Nancy wasn't found. Well, we're not moving on. We're here to throw the public a bone so we can help. Maybe come up and find the suspect. Somebody knows something. A $1 million reward. Got the scanner playing. Welcome into anybody new, all the older people that have been around for a while. Maybe what I'll do is when I get there, if Mark is still there, I'll jump on his Starlink for a minute while I get things set up if I'm staying out there. And then once I get it set up, since I've been using his, I'll tell him, hey buddy, use my Starlink for a bit. So he'll use my data. I think I'll end up getting, if I end up using it a lot. Right now it comes with, I believe, 100 gigabytes. This route that was probably the most likely route, in my opinion, that the suspect would have taken, guys. This route right here, it's the one that we mainly come in and out of every day. This is, so we could do some other routes, which I want to, but this is the main route that I think the suspect would. This is the main route I think he would have taken. Now at this stop sign, the suspect could have came from this way, which we're gonna go. Could have came from this way, or he could have came from the other way and went straight.
that's good. John is still there. Let me see if he's in his car. Is he in his car? Thank you, Tanya. Appreciate that. All right, guys, back. I'm gonna go set up for a couple hours, I guess. Sit out here in the drop some stuff off, see if I can get everything hooked up with the Starlink, give it a shot, do some testing. Damien, please read this comment. I thought about it more and there's no way the Uber driver could have took her home. No Uber driver will take an 84-year-old woman who has a disability. I haven't heard of an Uber place like rejecting people, so I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. I just don't know. I don't have anything to refute it, or I don't have any like their policy up that says, you know, we can't do this, we can't do that. I'm gonna get everything out so we don't get in trouble. I'm sitting here too long. Trying my best, guys. Sorry. Trying my best. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you know we do have Starlink. We're back in Starlink. We got Starlink, guys. We're Starlinked in. We're connected. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you. Someone just sent a Cash App. Thank you. Didn't see who it is, but thank you for the Starlink connections. Everybody who donated, I got more things to buy as far as connections. We got the power station. We're good to go. See a lot of people saying clear, clear, clear. Good. We are linked. We are linked. We are out here. Thank you guys for your patience. Get my chill spot out, and then we can take some chat. See what the chat's saying. We are Starlinked up, guys. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I feel so bad. I literally have been stressing about getting this up. Why what? Man, it's about the worst stream I've done, guys. I apologize. This is the worst stream I've done. Not happy with the quality, the cutting out. I apologize. Jeez. Amateur hour over here at 8:57. Amateur hour. Thank you. This is a nightmare. Let's go sit on the blacktop of Tucson. Woo, yeah. Maybe get flicked off a couple more times today. All right, everybody, I am here. I am chilling in the shade. I'm gonna take a deep breath. We have the shade going. We got the Predator plugged in. Starlink hooked up. Drinks, so thank you. Just gonna try to chill for a minute. We should not have any problem with the dang Starlink anymore. Golly. I'm done messing with it. Just had to lower it up. What happened is my phone tripod, the thing that holds the phone, actually broke. So basically, we still got one more thing we gotta get. It broke. If anyone seen me with my hat off, usually have it on because of the sun, try to keep it out of the face, but sweat is kicking. No, I'm good now. I'm sitting good.
It's frozen.
Keep it, dog. No, I'm good.
Nice and cold.
I'm good. I just need to stop. Now we got a breeze, actually. It's like a sauna. Wet wipes, battery operated fan. All right, check X, guys. Let me know if any new information come in. Let me know if anything has happened. But we are Starlinked. I give a big shout out. Wow, thank you. I got 2 new super sticker chats. NFT Truth, thank you. Try to stay cool. I am feeling cool now, actually. This is actually, once you just stop moving and you can just sit, there's nothing like it. But we do have a broken phone holder, so that is one more thing to worry about until grab that tomorrow. Got duct tape. Yeah, I do have some. That's a good idea. That actually would probably won't even have to get one. So that's whoever said that, duct tape. Great idea. So I missed the super chat, NFT Truth, and then also Misty2262 towards a new tripod. Wow, thank you. I will be hitting up Best Buy. I'm gonna do a little research on the phone coolers. See if there's a phone cooler that will work with a stand. And Rhonda, yeah, I know. I appreciate you sticking around. We are gonna keep improving the stream. One day we can look back and maybe laugh at it, but we are here. We're pushing through. It's nothing like getting a good sweat on, right? No matter what. It's not bad to sweat. You just don't want to overheat. So I got the drinks going. There's even a little bit of a breeze. So I am perfect now. Obviously, you guys experienced it firsthand, what it's like to try to do anything in the heat. To get in and get out before the heat hits. That's why a lot of people, they'll start walking literally before the sun is up. They'll be out here walking at 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Because it is perfect. Imagine out here at like 5, 6 in the morning. It is probably a little bit of a crisp air, but then it just, thing in Tucson, you can start in the morning with the sweater during certain parts of the year, and then in the afternoon you're in shorts. There's even been some days where I had the air conditioning on, or the heater on, and then I had to put the air conditioning on in the afternoon. The heat is no joke. It's way too early in this year, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's way too early. Go Kicks, nothing but positive from here on out. Exactly. Sharon, at least you and Mark are out there. Well, Green Eyes, Behind Green Eyes, she's also out here. Give her a follow, Behind Green Eyes on YouTube. Get a neck cooling. I do have a friend I'm supposed to get some cooling. It's really not that bad once you get into a shade spot and you got your drink and you got your shade, and then it's actually, it's tolerable. So it's the moving around part, it's the setting up, but as soon as you got chilling, welcome in Lorraine, thank you. Pam King says, I cut grass. I use those neck wraps that you can put frozen packs in, stay frozen. Yeah, those are perfect. And the thing is, it's really not that hot compared to what it gets to out here. It gets way hotter. So it's just the moving around. Thank you, Dinky Earl. Oh, I love your name. Dinky Earl says phone holder. So yeah, I'm gonna grab the phone holder. I might put it towards the phone cooler, and I also need one like more portable battery pack. Eventually I will have everything checked off. I don't know, they must have seen something. Yeah, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. Wide brim hat, yep, and that's a good idea. But here I'm gonna pose a question, guys. I'm gonna pose a question. I was thinking about it on the way over here today. And then I want you guys to answer. So we have day 47, I think, day 48, day 47, 48, whatever it is. We've been out here every day. I've been here since day 2, 45 days, every day. Keeping the hope alive. Hope for Nancy, all the days, all the photo ops, all the people coming by. The neighbors, the nice neighbors, there's lots of nice neighbors. Then there's also been some neighbors that are getting a little grumpy. Now, maybe they have every right to. A lot of people think 46 days, I don't know, yeah. However many days, it's been over 45, I know that, and I know it was so it probably is 46, 47, I don't know. So let me continue, but we've had yesterday, you know, people stopping, and they're not, there's a couple that aren't real happy. There's only a couple. Say out of 10, there's probably like 4 that aren't happy. There's 6 that are like, keep the story alive. But I'm gonna ask the question. I'm not gonna keep this drawn out for too long. Wow, thank you, whoever sent the. Jackie, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So this is the question, and I'm dragging this out because we're just chilling. We're just having a talk on the side of the blacktop here. Blacktop talk. We've been keeping the hope alive for Nancy. The media was here. I mean, you guys remember. That's Mark the Shark. I don't think he's taking flowers. I don't know exactly what they were doing, but I'll ask him. I'll find out. I'll get to the bottom of it. So let me get to, oh, he's putting them back. He's putting them back. So here I'm kind of dragging this on, but so we've been keeping the hope alive. Just think back. Let's just think back a month ago what this street looked like. You guys see this street. You guys been watching for a month and a half now. Remember how many media? There was 150 media parked out here, up and down the street. Everybody just waiting on anticipation. And now we are here today in day 46, 47, whichever. Now, what I ask you is, this is the question. Would Nancy want this story to keep out? Of course, if anyone goes missing, you would want the story to keep out. But would Nancy want people 45 days later camping in front of her house? Nobody has thought about that, and we won't ever know. I'm just putting this question. I hope it's not controversial. Now, of course, the flowers, I'm sure Nancy would be just, anybody, you go missing and they do this for you. But I'm asking you guys as a serious question. Would Nancy want people camped out her house for 45, or at the 45-day point? Would she want us to still be out here? I mean, not to give up on the case. Of course, no one's giving up on finding any missing person, hopefully, but we're not giving up. But would Nancy want, knowing that her neighbor right next door is not real happy, she's probably friends with her, would Nancy still want us out here on the street? Now, it's up to us. It's a free country, public road. But and the awareness isn't going to stop. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people that do videos every night. But would Nancy want, so let me check the chat. She would want us on, I see lots of yeses. Yes, probably not. Yes, more yeses than I see. Yes, keep it alive. No, I'm not asking about the neighbor. I'm saying, put yourself in Nancy's house. Would she want people camped out in the house, in front of her house, until she's found? I see lots of yeses. Yes, yes, yes. Looks like yes. I might have to run an official poll on this later, because this is interesting. I don't know how I would feel. I guess it's a good question though, right? And if you were kidnapped, say I was kidnapped, would I want people in front of my house 45 days later? And I think I would say yes. Personally, me. Now, Nancy, though, I don't know Nancy, so we don't know how she would feel about it. But it is a good question. Something to think about. Holy moly, Timothy. Dude, Timothy, thank you so much. Timothy, appreciate that. Duct tape money, yeah. You know, there's all those different kinds of duct tape you can buy, like pink duct tape I saw. You can buy like checkered, cheetah duct tape. But yeah, I see more yeses. So, I mean, a lot of people that maybe you're right. We will never know, but it's interesting is like, and then let's flip it around. Would you want, if you were kidnapped, would you want them staying out, say, you know, your mother's house or your house? Now, I think it is different here because there's nobody living here, right? So if like Annie and Tommaso lived here and we were camping out in front of their house, but since Aunt Nancy doesn't live here, but yeah, that's lots of yeses. Personally, some people are saying no. So I think looking just what I'm seeing about 80% think Nancy would want people to stay out here 45 days. Not, I mean, at the beginning, of course, but say 45-day point. Now, here's the next question with that is, when do you think Nancy would say, okay, enough is enough? Is it at the 60-day point? And then we're just speculation, guys. We're not trying to solve anything with this question. Just something to think about. Is what you guys put, how many days would Nancy be telling, and this is so silly we're even having this conversation, put it in your position. If you were kidnapped, how many days would you be like, okay guys, it's okay to go home now, right? Would it be the 60-day point? Would you just want people to stay out here for 6 months? Would it be a month or a 3 months?
So put how many days would you, think? 90 days, 60, at 6 months, I think, no time limit. 180, 100. It's an interesting question. I like to put myself in other people's shoes and see, just to think about, well, what are they going through right now, right? Like I think that matters. $60 days, $50 days. No limit. Well, and that's the thing. Someone said, don't give up. We're not giving up. No one's giving up. But what I'm saying is, how long would Nancy want people to stay out front of their house or how long would you want? Let's not say Nancy. We don't know how I'm just putting it out there. That just a weird question, but thanks for thinking about it. A lot of people said 60 days. I saw 90 days, 6 months. Until it gets too hot to do so. That's true. That's a good point. Thank you, 101. Yeah, it's really just a time to reflect, put things in perspective. Sometimes this term, everybody is really intensely focused on something. That if you zoom out, you can kind of help maybe make some sense of where to go in the future, what to do as far as how to cover the story. No one's given up. But these are questions that as we sit out here another day, where else could we go and still bring awareness? So I think Jim, shout out to Exploring with Jim, had a great idea today where he said print up some flyers. Why aren't flyers? So we are getting those printed. I'm gonna have flyers tomorrow. And so here's my next idea. We're gonna go walk, maybe downtown, maybe on 4th Avenue. I think the street fair is coming up. Shout out 520, she told me about that. And just hand people a flyer and ask them, have you heard about Nancy Guthrie missing? And see who, they don't have to take the flyer, but at least we'll show them and just see what they say. We can hand out some flyers. We can go to certain neighborhoods that, maybe some parks. So that would be maybe a little more effective as far as keeping the hope. Because right now, I just wonder about, ruffling the neighbor's feathers. And then I started thinking, well, what would Nancy want? A lot of people said 60 days. She would say, you know what, guys, it's time to go home. I mean, you guys have been out here. Some people say Nancy would think 90 days. So put it in your perspective. How long would you want people to stay out here if you were kidnapped? Maybe some people would say never go away. Just stay out. Maybe the house should be turned into, I don't know. I'm thinking there's other ways, and then we're never giving up until the perp's justice is served. But the question is what else could we do to bring awareness? That's what I'm about, bringing awareness. That's a big key word, awareness, to people that maybe they don't turn on YouTube. They don't watch the local news. They don't see anything about Nancy in their feed. And now I just handed them a flyer and there's a $1 million award.
So that's what we could do. We could, you know, go down to some certain areas and just talk to people on the street, some street interviews. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate that. And also Princeton, I appreciate your support. We are going out to dinner with John DePito. He just said, I just want to take you, Mark, you and Mark out. So we are doing that. I don't know if we're gonna live stream that. Yeah, oh yeah, good point, Miss Melissa. Thank you so much, Mystified. Says, make sure the perp is also on the flyer. Ooh, that's you just threw me for a loop, because every flyer I've seen, the perp is not on the flyer. So shout out to Jim with that new idea to really just get those flyers and take them around. 857, I sent you some info I sent to the FBI 4 to 5 days ago. And info might give you some info to search. I wish I lived there to help. Well, thank you for sending the email. What was it regarding? What was the subject? I'm loving the Starlink. Loving the Starlink. Loving it, loving it. Thank you guys. Greg is coming with some heat. Greg is coming with some heat. So as you guys could see, that there is a calculated effort by, let's just call it the radicalized media. You guys know the stations. Savannah Station, K-Gun 9 here locally, to try to hurt YouTubers, because for whatever reason they want to pick on the little guy. That's how they work. They make their living off of literally telling stories, but then when anyone else tells the story, what happens? So all you fake media out there, you guys know them. I'm not here to say who it is, but I just called out a couple. Fake media. You go in, you don't hold people accountable, you play games with the public, and then you abandon the case and you leave the public. So all you people that already have forgotten Nancy, because in your mind you've already written them off because you're already on to the next story, you've just showed how fake you are. All that fake media out here, they care so much. They care so much. They want to attack the little guy, the underdog. A lot of them are upset. They're working in a corporate world. They have a boss. They have to be there at 8 in the morning. So a lot of this fake media out there, the public is gonna get behind the people who are telling the true story. And there's lots of fake media out there. And the reason, the ones that are the fake are the ones that are gonna attack the little guys in the world, because number one, because they're losing viewers, because nobody believes what they're saying. They can see how fake it is. Now, I mean, they might come with a zinger or two because they have the inside source with Sheriff Nanos. But, you know, they lack emotion. And then they walk away from this case, and then they're going to blame people for covering it? Are you freaking joking me? This is America. How you going to tell people what they can't report on and what they can report on? Man, shout out to Brian Hinton. He's been the one that's really been driving the force. But are they going to pick on Brian Hinton? No. Are they going to pick on Brian Hinton? No, because he's got that corporate backing. He's got that big dollar media behind him. Why would they go after little Brian Hinton? They're going to go after the little guys. The independent media. All these fake reporters out here coming with their smiles, and hey, they paid money to get that degree. I'm sure they're still paying off their degree, and they're only making this amount of money. They can never make any more because that's the contract they signed. They can only make this amount of money. There's no higher above money they can make. The executive producer, as much as she's making, maybe say for NBC News, we're talking out of our sides of our mouth here, just having a conversation. So say the news director makes $150,000. Well, that's all she's making. It's a lot of money. The reporter here in Tucson, who's making $60,000 a month, unless they get a second job, they're not making any more than $60,000 a month, or a year. I mean, a year. Sorry, guys. I'm missing lots of comments. But that's what's really sad about the media is they lack trust. And then they want to basically expose themselves, and they go after the smallest underdog media, like, let's just mention JLR. They'll go after people like, you know, you saw the article they did up on me. It's ridiculous. Yeah, then the media, they're two-faced. You think I've heard the media? I was out here with all the local media for weeks. I'm talking only the locals. So do you think they're over here trying to cover the story anymore? They live in freaking Tucson, Arizona, and just think how many employees each of these media companies have. How many reporters just in Tucson? We're talking there's probably 30, 40 reporters paid. Good money too. Good money. Go try to find me a story where they're actually still covering Nancy Guthrie, because in their heart they want to cover this story. Nope. Their boss told them they had to move on. And so now they're over there doing back to it, but they're ignoring. Why can't they do both? It's freaking ridiculous. Thank you, Rhonda. I'm missing chat. I just was kind of going off on a little spiel. Just keep what you're doing. All the independent media are changing the news. We know it. Don't worry. Like I said, this is anyone can go be on YouTube. Anyone can do it. Stay positive. Yeah, I'm definitely staying positive, but I'm also just speaking the truth. I'm not trying to be negative. This isn't negative. It's just telling the truth. I hope no one's taking this as negative. Sometimes I can be intense when I'm, passionate about certain things, so I don't mean to be negative. A Brian post, go look. Check my phone. You're all right. We need to continue to move forward as we do the right thing and be strong. There's a message to get out. We cannot let them stop. Check with Brian. He has the scoop on 857. He's not who he complains to be. Okay. I'd like to know the scoop on me. What's the scoop on me? I've heard about the elderly that went missing. Have not had any update. You'd think we'd have breaking news updates about that. I have not seen anything about more about the missing. And if you guys want to go on to change.org, I have a campaign I started a while back for Jacob Couch, and it's a Stop the Violence campaign here in Tucson. So if you go to change.org, Stop the Violence campaign in memory of Jacob Couch, who was brutally murdered by a hatchet downtown Tucson. I have petitioned the mayor, the council, to put a lasting memorial. So if you go to change.org and you type Jacob Couch, you will see that. If you guys could sign that, it's over almost, I want to say maybe 1,500, close to 1,500 signatures. I don't know if you guys know how hard it is to get signatures on a local city Tucson thing, but I'm proud to really push that, and I told them I'm not stopping until that memorial is placed. So Jacob Couch and his brother Luke Couch. I'll never forget the day they're talking about media coming in, and when we show up here and the Inside Edition guy's here, he's running around just like everybody else. Oh, but when they decide it's time to leave, then it's time to leave. But if anyone else stays out, they're gonna be looked at. Well, we don't have a boss, right? They all have their bosses. That's the thing about, anybody can do a YouTube live and they can go and do whatever they want. They don't have a boss telling them, what, you got to not cover this story anymore. You think Ashley Banfield right now is worried about covering Nancy Guthrie's story? She's watching these streams too. She's watching, hey, was the FBI in the... She's been watching, they all watched JLR's streams when he was out here. Bunch of hypocrites, that's what it is. They want to get the information from JLR and when we were out here running around, because they don't want to do the hard work. And guys, I'm missing the chat. I'm a little bit, as you could say, frustrated with some things I've seen here this morning today. People, somebody from Montana sent something. It's ridiculous. And what's going to happen is they're going to have to understand that we're not out here harming anything. If anything, we're telling the truth. We're having a discussion. It's a community. It's kind of like, if you know that show Cheers. You know that show Cheers? Everybody, where everybody knows your name. You go into your chat rooms that you like and you go in there. It's a community of friends. Do you think the media has that? Do you think the media in their chat rooms, they got a whole bunch of people that have a bunch of positivity and they're hanging out, working together, meeting each other, getting to know each other? No, the media doesn't have that. So I hope some of you media are listening and understand that this is the difference. You guys are what you do. YouTubers are what we do. We are a community. We are not here like you guys with a news and a boss and you got editors and you got a camera guy and you got this and that and your advertising dollars and get the heck out of here. We're just some people on the street building a community of people. And then the media wants to go and make stories about me, some random dude in America. You got stories. Why don't you go write a story about Raul Grijalva and all his stories that are literally just as bad as Epstein? Raul Grijalva. Why don't you go cover some real stories? Why don't you go to my Facebook page and look what I wrote today about how the local elected literally are silent on crime because they profit off the crime. They stay in power over the crime. They get federal money over the crime. But then you got some local media over here. They want to pick on some little YouTuber who's trying to just do the best he can for his family. Reporting, but he's also building a community. JLR has built a community, the JLR Army, DGL. He's got his Mark the Shark. Everyone, this some news station. You got the local Arizona Daily Star out here. In my opinion, try to find anything in the last 3 weeks that the Arizona Daily Star, the biggest newspaper in Tucson, has come up with. Are they out here trying to uncover who kidnapped Nancy Guthrie? Are they out there holding the Sheriff Nanos accountable? Are they trying to get interviews with the mayor? I know if I was a real reporter that paid for my degree to go to college and I would have a huge loan debt right now, that's what I would be doing. I got my media credentials. Why aren't they out there trying to interview the mayor? What's up, Jake Cauliflower? I like your name. Oh, I'm not mad. I'm just expressing myself in a truthful way about the media. I'm not mad, though. I'm certainly not mad. I just sometimes I can get intense when I'm passionate about something. So I'm just really trying to explain the dynamics, how I feel, my opinion, why out of all the stories that they could cover in this, they're going to sit here and make a story about YouTuber. It's almost funny. We're over here, and the problem is I think they're either naive to understand how strong these communities are. I mean, there's the guy, I Show Speed, right? I Show Speed. One time I went into his chat room, the guy had 50,000 people in there watching him making crazy I mean, so he's got a community. Shout out I Show Speed. Now, it's not the most, educational content. I Showed Speed is not out there to go teach everybody how to do this and that. But he built a community of people all over the world. It's not about what you're learning on I Show Speed's channel. It's a community, and they talk about stuff. So that's why I encourage everybody, if you got a YouTube, grow it, share your passions, share your whatever it is you want to share. But that's the frustrating thing, is reading some things, and this has been happening for weeks, about them going after YouTubers, and they're actually, to me, it really shows how weak they must feel, that maybe they feel like they aren't telling the story, and this is how they're going to defensively react instead of just telling the story better. What about adjusting, evolving, right? They're still stuck in this vanilla news cycle of it's like it's 1985 still in their newsroom. How about evolving? Whatever happened at the mall? So last night, and just to update you, there's been 4 shootings in 6 days here in Tucson. Last night, there was a double shooting. Thank you so much. I missed a couple. Thank you, Indicate. We appreciate y'all continuing to look for Nancy. And if I had an area to look for, I would be out there looking too. But we can't just kind of go out blindly. I mean, of course, what I'm hoping is all these people on the weekends going out enjoying the weather, going out on a trip. Hello, El Tuki. You and other YouTubers are not licensed news reporters. The news media has their supplies, food, travel paid, employer. They have great salaries, but also face danger like war zones. Positive vibes. Yeah, this is all positive. I'm doing this as far as positivity. It maybe sounds negative, but I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to just tell it like it is, so to speak. I'm not slandering any specific person. I'm saying in a whole, it's funny that they have billions of dollars, billions of freaking dollars between all those media companies that they make every year, and they're gonna attack some little YouTuber. It's silly. Instead of embracing it, instead of embracing American values, they're gonna go after. It's like almost sounds foreign, right? Instead of embracing American values, the media is gonna try to, because they're intimidated maybe that they're trying to figure out, how do we build a community? Maybe these reporters are you know, need to look into hey, maybe go solo eventually. Maybe not right away, but maybe at a certain point you build your following. Some of these reporters that follow along on 857 here locally, come talk to me. Lee, I left the corporate world. I used to work at a company, at a university, right before I started 857 Tucson. I was in the corporate world. I worked at National University. I never thought, because I've always been an entrepreneur, but I said, you know what, I'm going to try the corporate world, mainly because, you know, in the corporate world, you have that camaraderie, you have your friends that you go see at work. You guys know that, how it works when you have that job and you go to work. Oh, there's Bob again. You and Bob go and, you know, talk the water cooler talk. You get attached. You maybe become friends with Bob or Jane. So I said, you know, let me give it a shot. So I went over there. Someone said, come work here. And I said, my goal is to advance, right? Because it wasn't the best pay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't the best. But I go, you know, if I can get to #1 in the company, #1 in sales, I should be set for life, right? I'll be #1 in the company, and I should be set for life, right? Because I'm #1 over there, right? So that was my goal. My first month, I beat everybody on my team in enrolling people to go start school and get their master's degree, go after their goal. That's National University. I was an enrollment advisor. Now, 6 months down the road, I got #1. Couple times more, every month they would track it, you know, who gets the best, most people enrolled, signed up to go back. #1 again. And I'm figuring, oh man, I should be getting a good raise, because I'm bringing, I mean, think of if you signed up, I was signing up like 40, 50 people a month to go back to get their PhD degree. You know how much a PhD degree is? It's like 80, 90, 100,000. But when it went time to going, you know what, I shouldn't be struggling, right? I'm #1 in the company. I've hit my goal of what I put out there. Hey, can I get a raise? No, you're in corporate world, buddy. This is what you make. You could do 100 enrollments in that month and you will still make that same damn dollar amount. And then I saw the writing on the wall. And so I'm coming back to these reporters that want to attack. These executives are the ones that really are the entrenched executive producers at NBC, MSNBC. Those are the ones that are entrenched in with it. They screw it up because they control the reporters below. Essentially, all reporters can report on whatever they want, but they also have to get it approved by the editor, and even if it gets posted, usually it's only like a 2-minute, 3-minute at the tops if it's a in-depth story. But if you notice, these reporters literally do a 30-second hit and they call that news. So I'm not here to get any enemies with the news, but if they want to attack, you know, little YouTubers out here trying to build communities, trying to be there for people that might be at home and they want to have a place to go, like a Cheers, you know. In America, with the freedom of speech that maybe other countries don't have, like Russia and China, that's the kind of stuff that they do in Russia and China. You live in China and you try to go report anything, man, whoo, good luck. And you won't be seeing the light of day for a while, if ever again. Try that crap in Russia. We're in America. This is American values. We're open to freedom of speech, freedom of nation, freedom of press. And then you have some big billion-dollar media companies that want to try to go after it because they don't know how to evolve into what's next. You don't see them contacting, saying, hey, how can we work with 857 Tucson? How can we work with 857 Tucson? He's got a great community. Maybe we could bridge these two medias together. Nope, they want to send out New York Post articles. They want to do K-Gun 9 wants to come out here. KOLD, Catherine Patterson wants to come do a zinger story on me and then leave out half of the 90% of what I said. But then they're going to give attention to some radicalized, progressive elected official because it fits their political narrative. Hello.
Hey, Damien. Are you that way?
Yeah, it's facing that way.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
My
to meet-
name's April.
Nice to meet you,
I
April.
live in Vegas. I'm from Phoenix.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
living in Vegas. I've been watching you the whole time. It's been
Oh.
going on, so.
You live in Phoenix now?
No, I live in Vegas.
Oh,
now.
you live,
So,
okay.
My daughter's here in Tucson, so I'm here visiting.
Awesome.
Yeah, wanted to stop
Well,
by
stop.
and meet you.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was actually watching you before all of this.
Oh, you were?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The
I-
live, what is it called? The dispatch stuff?
Yeah,
That's
857
cool.
Tucson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was
Eventually, I'm
watching
gonna start.
Dad's, too,
Oh, you
before
were?
he came out here.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've been watching JLR, Dad's. Just found out about the Dolly and Mark because I didn't know they, but it's just like I was telling people, it's a community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys are in here. Now I get a face to your name, so say hello in the chat and go, hey, we met. But, as people, they need that, a place to go in and feel like they're, they feel at home, I guess is
Right,
the
right.
word. So thank you for coming out.
Yeah.
Are you heading back to Vegas soon?
In a couple days. Yeah. Go to see the kids, the grandkids, so spend some time.
Where are you going to take them?
We just went to Roadies.
Oh,
We're
okay.
at
That place is
Swan.
awesome.
It was fun, yeah.
Have you heard of,
we
or
loved
you
it.
probably know all the places to take them out here, don't
My
you?
daughter is.
Yeah.
She knows Tucson better than me.
The Biosphere too, though. Has she brought up that one?
They've been before,
Oh,
yeah.
that. What about the Botanical Gardens?
Not yet.
Okay, that's
I
cool.
didn't expect her to be this hot this quick either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Botanical Gardens are cool. And I think they have a Venus flytrap there.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the kids will like it.
I didn't.
Yeah. Well, nice
Okay,
meeting
I wish
you.
I'd have brought you something. I didn't know.
Oh
if
no,
anybody
I'm all
was here.
stocked up. Yeah, I'm
We've
all
been
stocked
at
up.
Roadies, so I haven't been able to watch to see who was out here right now. I just
Yeah.
drove by.
Oh, that's
But,
awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. I'm happy to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Keep it in.
Say hi.
I'll say hi. I'm Ape Escape in chat.
Ape Escape in chat.
Yeah.
Okay, Ape Escape is here saying hi.
And then good luck with that Starlink getting that set up.
We're
That's-
set up. We're
You
Starlinked
got
up
all
right
the
now.
Accessories you need?
Yep,
Oh,
pretty
awesome.
much.
Very cool.
I'm active.
Very cool.
So eventually, yeah, I'll be getting more stuff, but this is exactly what I need. So
Kind of surreal seeing this in life, real life.
yeah, is this the first time you've been here?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Once people get here and they've seen it on the screen and then they come here,
It's different.
it really hits home, right? Because on the screen everything comes across a little different.
This road looks bigger on the screen.
That's what
I
people
pulled
said.
up here, I'm like, this is really narrow. Yeah, it's. Yeah. I hope we find something else soon.
Me too.
All right, stay cool.
Yeah, you too.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I hope if I ever get up to Vegas, you'll hear about it. You'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm here. You got to show me where to go or tell me where to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, take care.
See you, Damien.
Ape Escape in the chat.
Got Mark?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ape Escape in the chat. Give her a shout, guys. Thank you for stopping. There is a New York Post article. There is a New York Post article that was put out today by the New York Post. But the media, I'm going to end the media talk, but they need to, they all have college degrees. They need to learn what's next, how to evolve with this, how to expand what the world is evolving to in media. Maybe work with some of the YouTubers, right? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but that's would be some suggestions. Is instead of attacking, work together, work with unity, unity in the community. Don't try to bring people down. A lot of the people that you guys watch, say on NBC, they're not even doing anything except literally going into the studio. Everything's been done for them, and they read a freaking damn report off a damn teleprompter. And then they want to walk around high and mighty and call us and make a big stink about us. Show me a report that they're actually doing the dirt, that someone just doesn't hand them everything and go, here, go read this on the screen. Here's the questions you need to ask this person. I'm talking about the big media, the ones like, you know, who read the nightly news. Aaron Katursky was out here. I saw Aaron Katursky. I'm sure he's in his room just pounding the investigating so hard, but no, he just shows up here, and I'm sure he gets a couple emails he has to check during the day. He reads a 1-minute teleprompter report. Hey, Aaron, I'm signing off for the night. We're still here at Nancy Guthrie's house. Then jumps in the FSUV, and they're off to the next restaurant on the company dime. And they're the best reporters in America. No, you know who the best reporters in America that I've seen is JLR. Nick Shirley. I don't know if he's a reporter, but he's definitely James O'Keefe. And what happened every single time they went after Nick Shirley, they went after James O'Keefe, because they're getting crushed in the media by, you know, the amount of followers these people are getting, because that's where we're at. Exactly. He should get an award. They should be over here saying, you know what? Let's try to figure out how to work with JLR. If I've been here out with for 45 days, do you think one media has asked to say, hey, yeah, we exchanged numbers. Do you think they're texting me anything to work with me? No, they'll be happy to take any information I give them. The 857 scanner is down, damn it. Well, it's just gonna have to be down for a little bit. If you wanna, don't wanna miss the action, you can you can download Broadcastify or Police Scanner 5.0. Police Scanner 5.0, and you can listen to the scanner in any state you want. For Tucson, you can you just go to Arizona, United States, and then United States, Arizona, and then you go to Pima County. Yeah, Dad's gone live. We'll be back. He said he'll be back here live on Saturday. Yeah, I'm not saying if Nick Shirley's good or bad, but what I'm saying is he's an independent doing his thing. He doesn't have, I mean, I don't really know much about him other than he's in the same ballpark as he's uncovering things. Now the media needs to go do their job and say, it's a separate situation what he's doing. We're here reporting just like any other person on the street would be filming, seeing what's going on. We're checking X. Nick Shirley is a little different, but the whole point is he's not working for some big corporation and they're trying to go after him because he's not following the media narrative. He's not following the media narrative of ignoring. I'm gonna change the subject. We're getting ready. I'll be playing a new video here. Brian Hinton will play the start of that so you guys can see what he's saying. Maybe you can go finish watching out. Finish watching it on your own time. I'm not gonna listen to the whole thing, but shout out Brian Hinton. I hope he's not getting attacked. I'm sure he's got lots of backers, but we're out here.
It is Thursday, and I've been thinking a lot about there's been so many theories out there about what happened to Nancy, and it's interesting with Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos in his last interview he did. He said that they even have a theory that they've had for a while, but he wouldn't say what it was. There was some reporting weeks ago that the sheriff's department theory, the working theory, may have been a burglary gone wrong, though that's never been confirmed. And that's always a theory that I've had a
I
hard
will
time
take
wrapping my
calls,
mind
but not
around,
today,
because
guys.
why
I
would
just still
whoever did
trying to
this
get
take
in a
Nancy
routine.
Guthrie away if
Plan
this
on
was just
adding that
supposed to
though.
be a
Be right
burglary?
back.
If something went wrong when they were in the house, why wouldn't they have just left Nancy there? I've never really been able to wrap my mind around that. And this episode is really interesting because it explains why this is likely not a burglary gone wrong and why this is likely a targeted abduction. Granted, we don't know. I mean, we don't know the circumstances, obviously, but in this episode, I'm going to lay out for you everything we do know, and some of it starts to make a little more sense. I'm joined now by Morgan Wright, and I want to read your whole bio, Morgan, just because it's so impressive. CEO and founder of the National Center for Open and Unsolved Cases, editor and host of Crime Reconstructed Substack and podcast, which I love your Substack, by the way. You're also a senior advisor in the U.S. State Department Anti-Terrorism Assistance Program, senior law enforcement advisor for the 2012 Republican National Convention. You taught behavioral analysis at the National Security Agency, spent a year teaching the FBI how to conduct internal investigations, and then for 18 years you were with state and local law enforcement as a state trooper and detective. So I think hopefully I hit the highlights there. And you were also in Tucson recently, so you know a lot about the Nancy Guthrie.
Oh yeah, I want to correct. I taught them internet investigations, not internal. There is a whole different mindset when you say you taught internal investigations. So I was never internal affairs, just for the cops listening out there. Yeah.
Good to know. And you were in Tucson, was it a couple weeks ago?
Well, actually, no, it was when the raid went on. You and I were talking. So when they did that raid, it was just, I think, a couple weeks into it. So I was out there, as they say, with another network. But it was great because you had, Brandon, you know too, that's one of the most important things you do. You just can't report on it from afar. One of the things that made you so effective, and look, let me tell you,
Listen to this.
even on these other networks, people were referencing your reporting because you were out there, you were in the midst of things, you were getting information. If you're not on the ground and you don't understand how the roads are, you don't understand how the community is, you don't understand how hard that desert is out there, it gives a whole different complexion to the reporting. So it was important to be out there. And with your reporting, it's important to actually be on the ground. I even followed when you drove into Mexico to show how easy it was to cross the border. And
you're right. Unless you're there, it's such a unique kind of landscape, and Nancy's neighborhood is so unique. I wanted to start off asking you, though, the sheriff in his last interview said that they have a theory of...
I'm gonna stop it real quick. Just what he said. I don't want to get off track, but he did say right there, it's really important when you go to a new area, you need to know the neighbor or know the politics of the city, how the city is ran, and you know, that's the thing about YouTubers in any city. If the big media shows up, they can actually work with people that can help them uncover the stories faster, right? So it could be a win-win.
What they think happened, and he won't say what it is. And you've been studying this case since the beginning, and like you said, you've been to Tucson. What is your working theory right now? I mean, some people have said burglary gone wrong. Other people think it's a kidnapping, maybe something related to Savannah Guthrie, a stalker. What's your working theory?
So one of the things I do on the Substack, but I walk people back. I don't have theory, never hypothesis. And the reason I say that is, and I've seen this happen, and you've seen this happen too, Brian. I've seen this happen in
Thank you,
cases.
Sarah.